Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.8852 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 1.55%. And in this video I want to give the key scenarios that I expect to play out on this chart, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. So if you're interested in such content, make sure that you stick around till the end of the video. I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. So from the all-time high, Polygon Matic has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC correction, which has now taken us to around the $0.31 mark, and from that point we have been seeing a very nice pump to the upper side, following an Elliot wave pattern, which I'm going to show you on a lower time frame. And I believe having gone to around the $0.31 mark, Polygon Matic has done whatever we expected that ABC correction to do, and soon we might see this pump to the upper side, having our wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high. And here on this chart I also have this yellow target up here at around the $1.91 mark and the $1.62 mark, which is the minimum that I expect that wave 1 to the upper side to do, basing it on the Fibonacci's. So if I apply the fibs here connecting to the all-time high, you can see that my yellow target lies between the fib level 0.618 and the fib level 0.5, which is the minimum that I expect that wave 1 to the upper side to do. And before that plays out within a wave 1, basing it on the Elliot waves analysis, we also need to see other fractal waves within a wave 5, and I believe that is what we are forming. And at the moment we are in the formation of a wave 4 to the lower side before we finish that wave 1 to the upper side. So if I jump to a lower time frame, so from the 4-hour chart you can see that this is what I expect. I expect the price of Polygon Matic to continue pushing to the upper side in this fractal wave, having this wave 5 completing that wave 1 to the upper side. And I believe in that wave 5, that is what will get us into this yellow target between the $1.91 mark and the $1.61 mark. So if I get into the details of these waves so that I can also get into the key scenarios that I expect to play out, for that wave 1 we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, then saw a retracement in a wave 2. And if I use the Fibonacci's to try and see whether that is a valid wave 2, so if I use the fibs connecting the low for that wave 1 to the high of the wave 1, that gives us a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the 0.618. We overshooted that area and went to around the fib level 0.38, and from there we started seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side in a wave 3. And in that wave 3 I also had a target area for that wave 3 to the upper side using the trend based Fibonacci's. If I connect the low for the wave 1 to the height of the wave 1, then connecting to the low of that wave 2, that gives us a target area at around the $0.94 mark. That is within this yellow target, and that is at around the fib level 1.618, which is the minimum that I expected that wave 3 to the upper side to do, and that has played out. We even overshooted that target area to the upper side and went to around the $1 mark, an area where we were facing resistance, and we started seeing this pullback to the lower side. In this pullback, this is what is going to give me the key scenarios that I'm expecting over here. So I expect us to retrace to this yellow target that is at around the $0.78 mark and the $0.71 mark, and that I'm using the Fibonacci's because you can see in this wave 3 to the upper side, it's for us to form a wave 4, it will be a retracement for that wave 3. So if I use the fibs connecting the low for that wave 3 to the high of the wave 3, that should give us a target area for that retracement, and that area is within this yellow target between the $0.78 mark and the $0.71 mark. And that is the key move that I expect to play out over here. Within a wave 3 we also need to see fractal waves form within this wave 3, and for a wave 3 that fractal wave will be an ABC correction. So a wave 4, a wave 3 is this wave 4 is an ABC correction. So we need to see a wave A, then see a wave B, then we can also see a wave C, which will be taking us down here into this yellow target that I have here. And once we see this move, then I believe by so doing Polygon Matic will have seen the low for that wave 4, and then we can start a nice move to the upper side in this wave 5, so that we can complete that wave 1 to the upper side by going to the area at around the $1.618 mark and the $1.92 mark. So some of the key moves that I expect to play out over here in this ABC correction is that we might try to get a little bit higher to the upper side, and I believe I expect us not to break above this high that we made over here, because that is the high for the wave B. And if we manage to break above that high, then I'll have to restructure my ABC correction, having my ABC correction having the wave B at the current high that we make over here. Then I would expect us to have a retracement to the lower side in the formation of that wave C. And as we form that wave C, we have a key area of support at around the $0.78 mark, which perfectly matches with our key area of key target area down here for that wave 4. So in case we get to the lower side in that ABC correction, that is move to the lower side like that, I expect us to lose that key area of support, so that we can get into this yellow target. Then we can maximize it, then find a reversal within this target area, then bounce to the upper side. And in case we lose that key target area and we continue pushing to the lower side, I expect us not to get to around the $0.62 mark, because within that price range we'll be overlapping the high for the wave 1, and by so doing we'll be breaking the guidelines for the Elliot waves, because a wave 4 cannot overlap the high for that wave 1. So if that move plays out, I'll have to restructure the way I have my Elliot waves here on the charts and place it in a different way. So I hope that doesn't happen and the price of Polygon Matic continues to respect that. It's also possible that Polygon Matic can have higher volume and continue pushing to the upper side and break above this high that we made over here, which I believe is the high for that wave 3, get into this key area of resistance at around the $1 mark. And in case we break above that key area and maybe have a successful retest and we continue unlocking even higher prices, then that would mean maybe the high for that wave 3 is not yet in, and we have to adjust the wave count, having that wave 3 overshooting a little bit. Then we can then expect a wave 4 and then a wave 5 to complete our Elliot wave count 1. So if I also take a look at the indicators to see whether those moves can be supported on the RSI, here on the RSI we are trading at around the 54 mark, and that would mean in case we continue pushing to the upper side, that move is supported, and if we break to the lower side in the formation of that wave C, that move is also supported here on the RSI. If I also jump to the MACD, on the MACD we have printed a bullish cross, and that would mean soon we might continue unlocking even higher prices, and that would mean maybe the high that I have on the charts is not yet the high for that wave 3. We need to make another higher high so that we can start retracing in a wave 4. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.